Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lozy PC. How are we doing? Welcome back to Rule the Waves 3, and welcome back to our French game, where we are currently at war yet again with Germany. Now, the difference here is that even though we're at war with Germany, we are, basically, we should smash them in this war. We already have a navy that is far bigger than them. We're already blockading them, and we already have some pretty significant ships out there, which is pretty fun, including our proto dreadnought, the Iena class. Now, if we open this design, this is our proto dreadnought, the Iena class. She is, she's not the most well armed or armored thing in the world, but she is still pretty good. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how she gets on in combat. It is 1894, so we're still a little while away from actual dreadnoughts. So we'll have to see. We also have some new heavy cruisers and some new light cruisers on the way as well. So far, all is pretty good. So we're going to jump straight in and see what's going on with this month. So a cruiser battle against Germany in Doggerbank. Battle size of medium. The Germans are going to accept. Okay. Now, if you can look there, the victory points to us 5,000, Germans 200. To also help, Britain is also in this war as our ally. Although it seems now that our Captain Kitty Cat has decided to jump on front of me recording. So let's see how fun that makes things. Now, this is pretty interesting. We've got 4 heavy cruisers here from France. The Brode, a couple others I can't actually see the name of. But we also have 3 heavy cruisers from Britain as well. So there is 7 heavy cruisers here, as well as 4 light cruisers kind of sat out in front. So this is going to be very intriguing to see what is going to go on. We've immediately spotted an enemy ship. So let us kind of sail towards them. I mean, we should, in theory, be well armed and prepared for them. As I say, we can see that there is a few. Let's go full speed ahead. 3 light cruisers for the Germans, and 2 heavy cruisers. But they seem to be fleeing in the opposite direction, which is always interesting. It does seem that night is slowly and rather quickly closing in, so we do have to be careful on that. And yeah, make sure we don't lose them. It does seem like they're kind of running towards Helgoland or, northern Germany. So that seems fine. Yeah, there we go. We've lost them in the dusk. So we're going to speed it up. Probably well away from us, to be honest. So we're going to turn down. We're going to go slightly slower just because our stokers are getting a little bit tired. But yeah, seems like unfortunately we didn't actually manage to catch them. So that's going to go down as a draw. That's fine. Oh wow. We turned away, and according to this, we turned away right towards 2 more German ships. Fuck, I should have waited, and we could have surprised those. It's fine. It's all good. So the enemy has sounded us out about negotiated peace with us gaining disputed border territories and some of their colonies. Prime Minister wants to know your option. We can secure even better terms if we crush them completely. So no common ground found. The German raider, the heavy cruiser Freya, has been interned in a neutral port due to a lack of fuel. Now this is the problem. The Germans have got a lot of raiders kind of going out, going a bit mad, which is annoying to say the least. Telescopic sights for the Austrians. Britain has commissioned a new battleship. The Germans have commissioned a new light cruiser. Sorry, heavy cruiser. I don't know why I called that a light cruiser. I don't know if you're hearing any of this, but I'm not going to apologize for it too much. But there is a little bit of purring going on as Admiral Kitty Cat decides that she wants to sit in front of me and enjoy getting getting love and attention. So, just going to wait and see if I can pick it up on the mic, but I don't think so. I think it's too quiet at the moment. No? Yeah, it's not breaching the sound gate, so okay. So let us just go and see, we're into a new month. We should be building new docks, which we are. How's our research going? So we're kind of focusing on, I'm actually going to increase for naval guns as well. Increase that to high. Because we want better naval guns if we can help it. Because, at the moment, yes, we've got 13-inch guns, which is pretty fun, but I kind of like the 14-inch guns. They are kind of like, for me, 14-inch guns are kind of the First World War standard kind of for big guns. I think anything smaller than that, coming like 1910 or whatever, I think is a little bit lacking from us. So we will put some more points into that. A French ship has intercepted a German raider. Okay, it's trying to run the blockade. We've got a couple of light cruisers here. This could be fun. So we've got the light cruiser Trude and we've got the light cruiser Sfax here as well. So let's get them moving, see what they spot. Unknown ship sighted. Okay. Is a heavy cruiser, so let us be a little bit careful. Let us make sure that let's go into line ahead rather than, what you call it, rather than going this search line. And let's just be careful here because, as I say, it's not a heavy cruiser, it is a light cruiser. So it's going to be cruiser fighting cruiser by the looks of things. So let's try and get a little bit closer. Again, seems to be running away. Nothing too unusual. It is also, mid-afternoon. So whether or not we can actually keep on top of them is the question. See, they seem to be just turning away again. The 7 is just off the coast of Norway in the North Sea, but I'll be surprised if we're able to catch them. And obviously what we don't want to do is we don't want to run into another ship, like another big ship or something like that. Because that is when problems occur. But yeah, this is just going to be a case of trying to... she seems to be slowing down a little bit. Okay. Gunfire. I don't want to turn away too much. Oh, Pete's sake. I've lost her. Shouldn't have turned away. Okay. I should not have turned away there. We turned away to try and get our guns to fire, and yeah, missed. Okay, so the Iona class has finished her working up, so she should be available to us. Some trouble grasping principles of improved turret construction, and now we have destroyers. Very good. So still a lot of attacks, but generally we can see here that there's a lot of thwarting as well. Now then, let us go to design a ship. Now, I am going to do this because this is easier to do this. Boop. Get the game to initially design the destroyer for us. Now, the reason why we do that is because if you look, destroyers are a lot smaller. If we go into our zoom level, our battleships and things generally are zoom level 30, okay? And if we allowed this to, if we built a destroyer with that, it doesn't actually make any difference in terms of weight. The size of ships, obviously it's a lot of other things that kind of affect that. But it does end up being a bit odd, and can kind of get a bit fucky with it. So we don't necessarily want to do that as such. Now, something I am going to do is I am going to get rid of a couple of guns at the back. I'm going to have to do it this way, actually. Auto place, that's fine. Now, it had it, like, there. That's good. I'm actually going to increase and add a new turret towards the aft. for our thingy guns, our main guns. So we would talk about what's important here for destroyers in just a moment. So we've got three-inch guns, two of, and I think we could have slightly more thingy guns, some slightly smaller, what you call it, more 2-inch guns, but I'm going to go for it like this. I think this is more fun. Now, what is important about destroyer? What makes something a destroyer? Firstly, that it has no armor, okay, which is what our ship here doesn't have. We can see that it doesn't have any armor at all. Priority is speed. It's going at 27 knots. Okay, it is short range, which is fine to an extent. But the key thing that makes destroyers is that they have swivel mount torpedo. Now, what this means for us to begin with is that, yes, we have a single mounting for a torpedo mount, okay? Although it looks like a missile mount, but whatever. But what we can't do is we can't reload this just yet, okay? We don't have the technology. So this destroyer has 2 torpedoes that it can use, but it is also 300 tons, so it's fine. It's got cramped accommodation and short range, although it is saying it is seriously overweight. Okay. Maybe 3-inch guns are not going to work here. Okay. Still seriously overweight. Piss. Okay. So if we get rid of that. No, I need to delete it, not decrease guns. If we make this asymmetrical with 3. Let's have it symmetrical for the time being, just because it makes it easier. That's probably about as good as we're going to get it. So we've got a 3-inch gun at the front and three 2-inch guns. It's not seriously overweight anymore, which is kind of important, although it is saying it is. Okay. Right. Let's actually get rid of that then. Let us add an extra turret. Add turret aft. Single turret. 2 3-inch guns. It's still overweight. Good. Is it going to have to be... Is there like something else that we can get rid of? Probably not, to be honest. I mean, this is not really going to be very useful, but screw it. The joy of early destroyers. Early destroyers are a pain in the ass. When you get like bigger destroyers and you're allowed to have more, what you call it? I mean, I'm just going to auto resolve this. Yeah, because last time they've been running. The latest army offensive has been a complete success, breaking through the front in several places. This war I have a feeling is going to be over very soon. That VP size is ridiculous. Okay, the Hallerbrand is ready. So let us build. We've got a lot of money. Let us build, say, 12 of the bloody things. Now, it might seem like a lot. It is kind of a lot. But at the same time, it is also useful for us because, we want to get ourselves a load of destroyers. Because even if at the moment they are not particularly good in terms of the amount of weight and things like that they can carry, they will get more significant. But they also are just very good at the moment, even early on, at surprising the enemy and being able to use their their torpedoes to cause serious damage. Now, the Iana class is making her first... Well, it's on her first engagement. We are joined by our friends, the Brits, with a few of their heavy cruisers. We've got a load of heavy cruisers here and some of our battleships as well. So this is going to be fun. This is a fairly large naval battle, is what I believe to be the case. We do have some German pre-dreadnought battleships. We don't know what a dreadnought is at the moment, despite the fact that we've got a proto-dreadnought. But yes, for the most part, we don't generally know what one of those is. But let us see what we can do. We've got our light cruisers in support. Wow, we've got a large fleet here. There are our heavy cruisers. And then we've got, what, 4 British heavy cruisers? So we've turned up here, you know, the Allied fleet is 9 light cruisers, 8 heavy cruisers, and 4 dreadnought, pre-dreadnought battleships. And as we can see, the Germans are already fleeing. Like the cowards they are. Now, what's kind of annoying with this, they kind of had to, if they'd denied this battle, we would have got 1,000 victory points. Which would have been fantastic. Now, we are opening fire. You know, the heavy cruisers that got themselves a little bit up in front are opening fire on the enemy. But yeah, for the general sense, we are quite a way behind them. And I don't know if we're going to be able to properly catch them up. There's a lot of shooting at each other without doing much damage. Our heavy cruisers have got really close in, which I'm a little bit worried about. Because... Oh, wow, there's even more ships up there. We are seeing that the Brandenburg class is getting hit a fair amount. Obviously, we're going to see how much these guys can do. They turn towards us to be fantastic, but I don't know if they would. We will see. Okay, there's a lot of heavy cruisers turning, light cruisers turning towards us. So that's where we can maybe get some combat going. So let's switch this into normal. This is a huge, huge naval battle. Probably the biggest of the war, and probably biggest we've done in this playthrough so far. The light cruisers try to get close to us. It's kind of interesting to see that our heavy cruisers over here are kind of going toe-to-toe with their battleships. Obviously, if that was dreadnought battleships, so BBs rather than just Bs, I would absolutely not have them doing that. They are doing a pretty good job at harassing the enemy. They do still seem to be running away, which is the problem. If they were to turn near us, that would be even better. And night is slowly closing in, but we are relatively close, so we are going to stay on top of them. The Iana class is hopefully getting within range. You can see her guns moving down here. Now, if we can get, you know, some major hits or even sink something like one of these Brandenburg classes or Wittelsbach's classes, then, as I say, I think the war would... If we can hit one of these classes or sink one of these battleships, I think the war would basically be over for the Germans. I can't see how they would be able to carry on fighting. Because we have, you know, such a leg up in regards to the kind of victory so far. You see our Iana class in all her glory. There we go. Firing her guns, as I say. We've got our proto-dreadnought there up against that Brandenburg class. Pretty close, but they kind of need to be because of night, so who knows. All it takes is a good couple of hits, because this has got, what, 13-inch guns? Yeah, it's got some big 13-inch guns. Oh, speaking of, one of the Brandenburg classes is going up in flames. They managed to put it out, but there was some early flames there, which is pretty interesting. She's not got any hits with her 13 inches yet. She's got a couple of hits with her 7-inch guns, so that's still pretty good. They are turning. We're going to go with them. Because, again, we do not want to lose these guys. We're getting a lot of reports about our stokers on ships being tired. Now that is a bit of a problem that we have with coal ships, and we need to kind of, see if we can deal with. We are still hitting this, and we are still doing damage to it. It seems to be slowing down. Obviously, again, the kind of issue here is the fact that so are we. But the Iona class is doing pretty well. Just need those 12-inch guns to hit. At the moment, it's mostly the 6-inch guns, or the, that are doing the hitting. Come on. Come on. Now, this Brandenburg is just being completely surrounded by our ships and the British heavy cruisers. I can't see her lasting very long. She's kind of like the one we're going to focus on here. So, she is dead in the water. She's floundering. That was the word I was looking for in the last video. We're going to just get some target practice here. She's doomed. She's on fire. She's taking plenty of hits. She's not going anywhere. So yeah, I think it's pretty much a done deal for her. But we will keep up the target practice because it's kind of useful for us. She is going to sink, and then if she sinks, then that's going to be us for the end of the battle. And as I say, we'll see what that does for the war. As I say, I'll be surprised if the Germans can really carry on fighting after this. It's going to take a little bit of time of this to sink, I think. Let's speed it up. Go into fast speed. Diana has a jammed turret, I think. Oh, there's torpedoes flying around. We are using torpedoes to try and sink this now. Honestly, I'm surprised it's still afloat. No, there we go. It is gone. We'll see if it will let us, the game will get us to pick them up. Come back over. It doesn't seem to. Alright then, let's return to Brest with victory in our hands. All seems pretty good. End of scenario. Yes. So we got 6,000 points for that. The Germans didn't even pick up a single point. They didn't do any damage to us. Wow. So the Iona class's first outing at sea proves to be pretty good for her. So tension within Germany increases. USA has now entered the war. Wow. Okay. And Germany still wants to fight this. That is bold. Well, we will see how it goes next time. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, whatever you guys are doing. Please remember to like and subscribe. And if you want to come and watch us play some more War in the Rule Aways, not War in the Pacific, please come over and check out the Twitch channel. We've been doing a Japan playthrough, which has been very interesting. We've just come out of a very long war with Russia. So yeah, come check that out. But until next time, have a very, very good time, and I will see you soon. Bye!